across Tasmania. This is Win News.
Tonight, work to begin on protecting a Tasmanian town devastated by flooding. The long-running standoff with a man wanted over a body found in a barrel. And Cameron Bancroft ready to return after the ball tampering saga. Good evening, I'm Alison Costelloe. Work to protect the town of Latrobe from another flooding disaster is set to begin next week after the state and federal governments committed almost $5 million in funding. But the opposition says the money should have been delivered long ago as residents continue to pick up the pieces.
It's hard to believe 2 years has passed since this. But for many Latrobe residents, the devastation of the 2016 floods will forever be etched in their minds. Ainsley Kosh, Win News.
Senior Labor figures are denying internal factions are moving against Bill Shorten after he was forced to back down on his captain's call. But the government is putting the issue front and centre as the by-election battle heats up.
It's rare on the campaign trail to be handed a treat like this one. But Labor's blunder over business tax cuts is now front and centre in the battle of the by-elections.
Under a Labor government, small businesses such as this one would still be paying higher taxes.
A fugitive wanted over the discovery of a body in a barrel remains in a tense standoff with Queensland Police tonight. Heavily armed officers are surrounding a Sunshine Coast unit where the man has been holed up for more than 24 hours.
After 3 days on the run, an accused murderer is surrounded by heavily armed police.
Former Swans captain Barry Hall has been sacked by radio station Triple M after making an inappropriate comment on air. The 41-year-old was discussing a medical procedure his co-commentator's wife had undergone to induce labour. Hall joked the male doctor behaved in a sexually inappropriate way. The network sacked him within hours and issued an on-air apology. Up next on Win News, Australia joins the space race. And the up-and-coming GPs setting themselves up with some vital skills. There have been heart-stopping scenes in London as another unit block turned into a towering inferno. 40 people were evacuated safely. Fire crews managed to bring the blaze under control quickly. An investigation is underway. Australia has joined the space race with a high-resolution camera blasting its way to the International Space Station. The camera will monitor bushfires, floods, storms and droughts, and ultimately it will save lives.
Last night, as you were sleeping...
3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff.
A little piece of Australia launched into space.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
The next generation of Tasmanian GPs has been given a lesson in setting broken bones at a hands-on workshop in Hobart. The registrars taking it in turns to apply casts on each other.
As we know, GPs themselves have to deal with whatever walks into their consulting room. Accidents do happen, broken bones and the like occur, so they need to be prepared to be able to deal with those.
West Hobart residents today celebrated a victory after months of lobbying to improve the safety of the popular Hill Street Strip and boost community spirit. There was plenty of entertainment as Tasmanians gathered for a street party. The upgrades will see 5 new pedestrian crossings installed as well as more bike lanes. Sports up next with Jake Keating, and Launceston's slump continues in the TSL, Jake.
It certainly does, Ellie. The Blues suffering a 4th loss from as many matches. Also tonight, the dream lives on for the Tassie Magpies, winning through to the A&L Grand Final. Welcome back. Launceston has slumped to its 4th consecutive loss, falling to Glenorchy by 48 points. Elsewhere, the reigning champs held off a spirited Lauderdale, while Clarence recaptured its best form. After upsetting Launceston last week, Kingborough was eager to keep the form rolling with 4 first-quarter goals. But Clarence responded with 5 of its own in an entertaining opening quarter summed up by Tigers coach Trent Bormala. Port Adelaide has denied Carlton veteran a fairy tale 300th game with a 21-point win at the MCG this afternoon. The Blues were brave, but Port Stars stood tall to move them momentarily into the top 4.
It was a day of celebration as Kade Simpson became the 5th Blue to play 300 games, and their potential superstar got the party started.
And in the NPL, South Hobart has produced a stunning come-from-behind win over ladder leaders Launceston City. After City edged ahead 2-1, Hanato Deveki Marines had the touch to draw South Hobart level before sub Alex Walter put the home side in front in the 87th minute. South Hobart went on to win 4-2 in a thrilling contest, Launceston City's first league loss this season. And Ali, that's it for sport tonight.
Thanks, Jake. Stay with us. Your weather details are coming up next. To the weather now, and clouds streamed over the state today, bringing rain to most areas. It was fairly heavy on the islands. King reached 11 degrees, Flinders 13. In the northwest, Wynyard and Burnie had mostly cloudy conditions, showers for Smithton and Devonport. Light showers for Launceston with a top of 13. On the east coast, St Helens reached 12 degrees, Swansea was warmer. Strahan and Queenstown had 11, and Hobart was generally cloudy with a top of 13. The satellite shows a trough and front bringing showers, a few storms and a colder change to Tasmania. On the water tomorrow, winds will approach 25 knots in the north. Seas will rise to 2 metres with swells below that. 10 to 20 knot winds for the east with seas and swells between 1 and 2 metres. The south will have winds to 30 knots and seas and swells over 2 metres. And in the west, 10 to 20 knot winds and 2 metre seas and swells. A strong wind warning is current for northeastern coastal waters from the northern tip of Flinders Island to St Helens Point, and for southeast coastal waters from Tasman Island to southeast Cape. There's a road weather alert warning of ice on susceptible roads. It will be cloudy and cold tomorrow. Showers for the islands, King and Flinders will reach 14. It will become fine in the north during the day. Burnie, Devonport and Launceston will all have 14. 14.2 for St Helens and Swansea. Showers and 13 for Strahan, and Hobart should be mainly fine with 13 degrees. Interstate tomorrow, showers around Queensland, while the rest of the country will be mostly sunny and mild. And looking ahead back home, the northwest coast will be wet with showers due to continue on Monday and carry through to next weekend. Launceston will have showers on Monday too. Conditions will fine up for a couple of days before showers return on Thursday. And Hobart should be mostly sunny for much of the week ahead. A few showers are forecast for Thursday and next Saturday. And that's Win News for this Saturday. You can keep up to date with the latest local news on our Facebook and Twitter. I'm Alison Costelloe. See you tomorrow. Good night.